What do you guys think about Dame Dash's immediate response via art dialogue less than 2 days after this concert comes out? What does that say?
There was a check involved. There was a check involved, and that is how Dame is getting paid off of these. It's like Vlad is probably going to be next.
Oskino, he'll talk to Oskino.
Yeah, Oskino too, because he was addressed in there as well. That's who he was talking about. That nut ass nigga still stuttering.
Like Chatty Patty is Dame, so I mean, it just fits.
These people are going to get checks just because Jay addressed them, so now they want to come and get the rebuttal. You know what I mean? Even though they've been saying something, they've been getting these interviews prior to without Jay saying anything. You know what I mean? So it's just keeping the economy rolling.
The Jay-Z stimulus package.
It's just keeping the train rolling, man. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
So in a way, Jay is literally still taking care of him.
Yeah.
So like he talked about how he was the cash cow, how he let the cash cow, which was Jay, go essentially.
Yeah.
You're still using Jay in order to make money. So yeah, you're involved with the Jay stimulus package. It only makes sense. But as far as, I don't know how they get support when he responds. I mean, this just feeds into
it's a one
the
time
algorithm and the narrative, and people like drama.
Just relevancy, I think.
Yeah, people like to read and, you know what I'm saying, gloss in the relevancy or the drama that's going on. So
I mean, our stuff goes every time we talk about Dame Dash. For some reason, it hits the algorithm the right way, and we get a bunch of people to watch.
Yeah.
So
all right. Well, Dame, appreciate the stimulus package that you give us in turn. So,
hey, man,
I guess everything rolls downhill. But I mean, this is their only avenue. Well, I wouldn't say their only avenue, but this is one of their main avenues of
it's what people want,
profiting off of the algorithm. So it only makes sense for Dame to sit down 2 days later and talk about Jay's hair and what he thinks about his breath and the style of clothes he wears, when you could have been a part of all of this.
What does this say about art of dialogue?
Ambulance chasers.
It says art of dialogue is very intelligently opportunistic. Because if you have access to Dame Dash and you're trying to build your brand and you're trying to invite eyeballs to your particular platform, then this is money.
So
every time,
you
know, like Jay-Z having, you know, a slick little line about Dame is the best thing. Because what else are you talking to Dame Dash about? I mean, and like I said, it all rolls downhill because whenever we talk about Dame, whether we're trying to shoot him some bail, which is usually just me, or we're criticizing him about, you know, the things that he said that we just feel are untrue or unfair, our numbers go through the roof for us, you know. So I can only be so. I can't really. I don't have any criticism for art of dialogue for having Dame Dash on speed dial.
I'm gonna tell you what,
Fair.
like how it feels for me though, as a fan of that era of hip hop. You know what I mean? It is very sad to me seeing Dame in these instances. It's like looking at Eddie Kane. From the 5 Heartbeats, like zhang, yeah.
I think so. That when I asked that question about how does this make art of dialogue look, I'm think that's kind of more so what I'm thinking, because it's almost like, you know, you can get Dame in this moment and you can highlight Dame, but you know it's going to be good for the algorithm. But doesn't this entail kind of make Dame look bad again? So you're kind of, it's almost like that the whole argument that a lot of people have against Vlad a lot of times is that he puts people in situations where
police and shit,
they can talk about themselves a little bit too much, and it's going to make them look, even though it may work for the algorithm and maybe it does work momentarily, it almost feels like maybe this is something you shouldn't do. But then again, to Jay's point, it goes back to us. We're talking about it, right?
Yeah.
So I
it's
don't know.
more so Dame has been somebody that they used to call out cultural vulturism, so to speak, whatever. We came to the conclusion that we kind of consider him one as well.
Yeah.
But this right here falls in the lap of art of dialogue or whatever. Granted, if we had the opportunities to have a conversation with Dame after this happened, I don't think we would pass it up, so to speak. I mean, of course, we would rather talk to Jay from our standpoint, but in the same token, they're feeding what people want to hear, the algorithm, obviously. But this is only proving Jay's point. I mean, he talked about it in the rap battle. Well, not rap battle, but in the freestyle. He talked about Chatty Patty, whatever.
And down
whatever.
on his luck again.
Yeah, he's down on his luck again. He has to go sit down and talk to somebody.
And he immediately did.
And he immediately did. Somebody has to profit off of that. And Art of Dialogue is just doing what they're supposed to do, I guess, at this point.
It's not being a boss.
It's not, because you wouldn't sat down with the boss to have that conversation.
So with the boss conversation, is it fair to say that Jay-Z is punching down when he has these moments? Or or is it justified?
It's justified. You know, I let you speak on my name for X amount of years. It's been at least 2 to 3 years.
At least.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I've let you just go on here and constantly berate me. And now I just gave you a little shot. That was it. You know what I mean? I didn't even really go into detail about everything I could. My only question is, like, how do you develop a lisp after you get new teeth?
Probably because you got to get used to him being on your gums.
I mean, you know, I
don't have the experience to answer that.
Cameron got new teeth, and he's on ESPN. You know,
He had
you
a
got to
lisp at
figure it
first
out.
too, though.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
Okay. Well, maybe, you know, like I said, I'm not.
I think that just comes
versed
with
in those
territory.
things. Like, you know, I'm trying to get a couple new teeth. You know, but I got to get my money up.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, maybe when I get my new teeth, I have to take a couple weeks off so I can get so I can get right.
Yeah, like that interview on the latest interview with Dame, man, he seemed to be high and out of sorts. I don't know what substance he was on, but he did look like he was on some type of substance.
Well, he went from, like, there was a part where it was like, it almost seemed like he was almost going to cry. And then it went from him just, because he goes into straight, like, snapping on Jay and Cam, who he calls Fredo now, talking about their suits, which I don't know why I thought that was funny, because I'm like, I don't know, Cameron, you gonna be on sports news, you got to wear a suit.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. Like I said, it seemed unhinged in places to where I'm like, but at the same time, this is good for Art of Dialogue. It still keeps the conversation on Dame Dash, where he's still like, look at me, I'm cooler than everybody. And it's just like, are
cool
you?
bum.
You know, and I'm, like I said, I can only
His
speak.
bills ain't paid, though.
That's what the interview's for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But, you know, to his credit, he's still, you can get some wisdom from a bum. You know what I mean? Like, so he still has some stuff to say in there that does make sense.
It does.
But at the same time, it's like, man, like, dang, man, come on, man. You got to do better, bro.
Like, stuff that he touched on, though, there was no substance behind that. I mean, he pretty much is acting like Jay needs to do this performance because he's
broke,
Yeah.
which in turn, we all know that Jay is not broke. He's doing something because he can, essentially.
No, he's not broke, but Jay-Z's bills and his bills are probably crazy. Not to say that he's broke, because he's not broke.
There's
but
two billionaires in the same house.
Yes, 2 billionaires
I get,
in the
but
house.
that's 2 billionaires in the house with 2 billionaire bills. They are feeding
Nah,
families.
$1 billion is a lot of money.
That's a lot of. Nobody's broken that.
No,
compound.
I'm not saying that.
It's not even a house. It's a compound.
I'm not saying that he's broke. No, there's no validity to that statement. You know what I mean? But, like, I need to bring some income in.
They're doing us all a favor.
I can agree with that.
I really no.
Especially with his wife just coming off tour.
Yeah, there's no reason that they need. None of them are sitting at the dinner table and saying, "I need you to get up off your ass and do something."
That would be wild to hear Beyonce say.
We both got $1 billion. We both can sit the down and ain't got to do shit else. You mean to tell me if I made $1 billion, I'm worth $1 billion, and you're looking at me like I ain't shit? When I have more money than 95% of the world.
99.
Yeah.
You can if you have $10,000 and you made $10,000 a day, it would take 274 years to reach $1 billion.
Mm.
It's
It doesn't add up.
It's just
no.
Like, I don't care how many cars you have, and like, well, you got to pay the car insurance. I was like, yeah, I get that, but I remember because there was a situation where Jay took out a mortgage on his house,
and they was talking about,
and they was talking about, oh, he must be going broke, and then there was actual people who understand finances who broke down exactly why you do something like that for taxes and like it's
y'all's favorite president does that a whole lot.
Yeah. So I mean, like honestly, I'm having broke conversations. Like I said, I'm just happy that I got when I said, hey man, my bills are paid and I got a few $100s left over.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking I'm up, but compared to what they're doing, like we can't even relate. So like,
wrong chart, champ. I'm up 10.
I just feel like if you're Dame Dash, you're making the wrong type of stupid argument.
You're doing money arguments with Jay-Z right now. It's not the time.
You should be criticizing him if you wanted to be on the side of
culture,
hip hop and culture. Then you should be criticizing for the fact that he does have as much money and that he is a billionaire, and
that he can hire you and help your situation.
Like that, I feel like that would be a better approach as opposed to try to make this argument that Jay-Z's like somehow poor out here. Like
but it also comes down to.
It makes sense for him though.
Yeah, because that's what keeps him on Art of Dialogue.
Well, that's the situation that he's in.
I think it would make him look bad. Maybe it's an ego thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I gotta act like I'm not broke and say that Jay-Z's broke.
Well, just because the truth is that's probably the position that Dame is in. I have to get on these Art of Dialogue interviews.
No, he's absolutely
and do this
in that
stuff.
position.
Yeah, because I do not have any other way to really bring in some income. Yeah, you got Freeway. He was talking about Freeway and beans. Like, I like fat beans. You know what I mean?
Unhealthy beans.
Yeah.
Beans who was on the desk door. That's who you like better.
Yeah.
Misery loves company.
I like Big Freeway. You know what I mean? I didn't like that state property reunion up there. I wanted to see these people. And Freeway come and do an album with me. I guarantee he's probably gonna come and still do something with me. All right, Dame. But what is that going to do for Freeway?
Yeah.
Nothing. He's doing these things off the love of you and what you did for him in his career.
And talk more about Dame. Hey, if you got other stuff going on, please talk about that. Please talk about. I mean, at one point you had an artist out of Indianapolis. What is it, Kitty Red?
Yeah.
It was like, well, bring her up. Talk about that birthday cake song or whatever was popping.
Yeah.
We all knew where that was going when he signed her in the first place. Though. Yeah.
I know, but damn, know, I'm one of those people who's like, hey man, if maybe lightning can strike again for Dame and he can get back on.
I was hoping so.
Dame days is over, man. I mean, I remember it was cool that he showed up at Butter.
At Butter, yeah.
But then Andre 3000 showed up at Butter in LA, so it's kind of like, okay, well, Dame, yeah.
Dame was first though.
He was first. I give him that. He was first in a lot. And I when it comes down to Shooting Bell, because I'm here with my brother to the night, Byron, he loves talking about Shooting Bell, and it's kind of spread over to Jay Moore. He likes Shooting Bell as well.
I don't.
He don't shoot no bell.
I don't usually either, but I'm going to shoot some bell to Dame Dash for being somebody that actually was instrumental in helping out a lot of careers.
Sure.
He was the first person that put Kevin Hart on. He's the first person that obviously put Jay on. He's the first person that who's the screenwriter?
I'm not screenwriter. Lee Daniels.
He's Yeah, they did do it together, but he's instrumental in the growth and you know what I'm saying, conception of Jay-Z.
Yeah, and there's a very few love a lot of times for who does it first.
Yeah. So like, I mean, at one point in time he was great, but you're only good as your last hit. He hasn't had a hit since.
No, he said Jay-Z hasn't had any hits, so like
he's tripping. He's had a lot of hits.
He was like, whatever that 44.4, he didn't even say it right. Thing was, but it's like, oh, you mean the one that was up for all the Grammys that it lost.
More people are talking about this freestyle than anything Dame's been a part of in the last decade.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, including Dame.
Unless it's about him losing the rights or having to sell his publishing for a reasonable doubt, which he claims he didn't want or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Rachel Roy leaving him, essentially, him beefing with his son. It's a whole lot of shit that's going on with Dame that's unfavorable to his life.
Yeah.
So he has to speak on somebody that's successful in
Tough
order for
titty.
him to maintain being relevant, essentially. So yeah, it's just sad that it happened, but it is what it is.
I wish Dame the best.
I think, and the thing is, I think we all wish Dame the best.
Yeah,
You know, because we all have. At least I can speak for me. Like I said, shooting bail. I have an appreciation for what he's meant to the culture.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
You know, but I do think at this point, if someone asks you about Jay-Z, just say next question.
man, talk about something else.
Talk about what I'm doing.
Yeah,
God bless.
If you got art galleries, if you got if your son got cookies, you know, whatever it is that you got, talk about that, Dame.
I don't know if Dame can afford any of that art shit no more though.
I don't know. I don't know enough
I
about
don't know.
him.
I'm not counting his pockets.
That's
I'm
what I
not
mean.
either, but damn,
Yeah.
it's sad
Yeah.
because when you thought of The Roc, you thought of
God
Jay-Z,
bless.
you thought of Dame Dash, you thought of Biggs, obviously State Property, all of them, but yeah, man.
Shout out to Oskino. He'll be on DJ Vlad in a couple days.
I think he was on
I don't
something
know
already,
that
yeah.
exactly, but hey, I know how these things work.
Yeah.
And he'll be on there and to
He
address.
made a video about something.
Yeah, so he'll, like once again, Jay-Z feeding the streets.